dirt roads. And some of them we've been on a little bit already. They got a little bit of ice and snow on them, so we're going to want some traction. So just airing down a little bit.
On the ground behind you.
Yeah, minor details.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Josh and Kelly.
We are in the wilds of Pennsylvania. We are going to be doing something called the BDR, which is, it stands for Backcountry Discovery Route. It's kind of a route that they developed for adventure motorcycles, and some of them can be done in four-wheeled vehicles, which this one can, so we're doing it. But first, we're going to hike to a waterfall and see what can be seen. I don't know how far it is or what it's like, but we'll find out. So we are off to find the trail here, which is somewhere up here, to this waterfall, which I don't know exactly how far it is, and I don't know what the trail's like or even what the waterfall's like. I haven't read anything on it. I just saw it on the map, which is kind of how I do things. I choose a lot of destinations that way, and usually we're pretty good with it. So
yeah, it works out like 98% of the time.
So we'll see if that's one of those 98% or if this is one of the 2%. We're going to find that out. So we are on the trail currently. We found it. We walked past the trailhead twice. It's not marked. It's very, very faint, hard to see. And I mean, the trail is clear enough, I guess, when you're on it, but it's not marked in any way. It's only the fact that, people have come down it that lets you know this is a trail, and even then you got to kind of really be very careful so that you don't wander off it. So you can pay, close attention to where it's going and all that. And yeah, we'll see. My guess.
Babbling brook over here.
Yeah. So this brook, this little creek here next to us, you can see that here. I think we're following that along, and my guess is this is going to turn into the waterfall. So we're going to be at the top of the waterfall as opposed to the bottom.
See the van?
But I don't know. We'll see.
Through the woods?
Yeah, the van's up there. We're literally just started on the trail, so we're not very far in. And it's a little bit soft and muddy underfoot, but still a bit of snow and ice around too. So yeah, it should be interesting. And of course, she is rare and ready to go. Like, why are you guys so slow? There she is. She's gone again. Down the trail.
We have come to the waterfalls because it all disappears right there over that edge. We're going to go around and get a different view of it. Looks like we got two streams pointing from two different directions with two different waterfalls here. That should be interesting. Well, they come down here and have a look. Yeah, so we got a waterfall over there, and then this one goes into a waterfall as well here. That's pretty cool. That's amazing. We're gonna we can get a better view of the other waterfall. Wow, that's a nice waterfall. Really nice waterfall. Amazing.
down to the base of this one so we can get a better view of the other one. Let me show you that one.
I'm having to walk around because the base of that first waterfall, you can't see the one that we came to originally very well. But now that I've walked around, right down here, you can see it pretty spectacularly. Ready? Look at that. Look at the arms, just having a look. You can see Kelly up there, top of the waterfall. So there is Kelly and Soph, top there. Soph doesn't want to stay still for very long. But Kelly will follow. So I've asked Kelly to come down to have a look. Because the places she was standing by that tree, you have a look there, there's literally nothing under. That tree is hanging out over nothing. There's nothing under it at all. So that's where you were standing.
And I don't like height.
I know. That's why I was like, come have a look at where you were standing. All right, I'm going to go over there to the base of the falls, and we're going to see, first of all, if we can do it without falling in. And secondly, to have a look at the ice that is over there. So I don't know if you can see it yet, but there is ice right down their side. That's frozen, water that's frozen coming out. It's an amazing spot. We're enjoying being here, and yeah, it's beautiful. And Kelly, I was just saying, you can see behind me here the waterfalls are here and here, but they flow this direction. And they create a lot of these little nice pools here. It'd be fantastic come summertime. They're fairly deep. You could be in here and do a little bit of swimming and just cool down. It'd be nice. You get a nice spot in summer. Really nice spot. So I've just spotted behind me a little cave system, and it's kind of cut out among these rocks. I'm going to have an investigation of it. And Kelly is telling me, don't find any eyes that come back at you. Because the last time we did this, we found a bear still hibernating in a cave. So let's not find one of those. Let's see what we can find. Wow, it's really, doesn't go too deep. More of an overhang than a cave. However, back in here are certainly some deeper spots, but I don't imagine they're really deep enough for anything to hibernate in. But of course, Soach is investigating anyway. Deep up here, it becomes more of a crack and a fissure, and less of a cave. So maybe a small animal could hibernate down there, but it's not big enough for a bear. It's not to hibernate in. So we've come down the creek here, following the creek. There's a kind of a really rough kind of path, but there's a lot more caves and looks like frozen waterfalls and stuff down here. So we're gonna go explore it while we can. So there is some frozen waterfalls. And Sophie's up there on top, can't quite see her, she's just going along there, not along that ledge, which is where we're heading. Up there along that ledge and look at those caves, and see what's there.
There she goes again. Oh boy. It's so beautiful. And you can see the icicles. Oh gosh, see? Josh is up there, and she's up there.
Yeah, they're much deeper overhangs, but not actually full caves. So we're up here on this ledge now. The frozen waterfall is literally right beneath us, and we're going to walk along here just to see where it takes us and explore some of these little caves. I guess the best word for them. A little more of a, really overhangs, but interesting. Really interesting. I mean, if you in an emergency, you'd certainly be able to get some pretty good shelter back in here. So this creek runs through this little valley, and it just keeps going and going and going. all down through here, and it just keeps going all the way down this valley, all the same. There's cliffs and frozen waterfalls out over there. And then we've come here, and somebody has tied onto this tree a rope. And if you look, it goes all the way down. I don't know if they're practicing rappelling or something along here, or using it to climb up, but that is literally sheer. That is a straight drop all the way down there. I think today, given the fact that it's cold and snowy and icy, I'm gonna give the rope a miss. Yeah, just today though. This way I hope. So here we are at the bottom of the frozen waterfall. Pretty spectacular. So we have made it to the bottom of the rope. So here's the rope. That line goes all the way up there. It's straight up. That'd be a very interesting climb. Again, I don't know that I want to do it in winter, but in summer that'd be a very interesting climb. If I could test the rope and be sure of it, I'd probably do it. All right, so we have crossed to the other side from the frozen waterfalls, and we're going to try and head back up this side of the creek and see what is to be seen and how different it may be. But Miss Sophie is doing her usual, finding sticks to chew on and try and pull and all that, but she's loving this. But she's treating these cliff faces like they're a racetrack. She's just running everywhere. I wouldn't be at all surprised if we get back and she's got another cut on her foot because she's racing over all these sharp rocks. It's just how she is. And so we've come back kind of full circle. The path has now led us here to the top of the falls where we first came in. So these are the falls here, and then those are the other ones over there. So it's time to depart this lovely area and head back to the van and actually get on to the BDR. So we're coming back along the trail now that we are away from the falls, and it's amazing how quiet it is now because the falls were actually kind of loud, very loud. And you notice it, I guess, more when you get away from them. When you're there, you're like, yeah, that's noise, but when you get away from it, you're like, oh, they were loud. So all we have now is a little bit of the sound of the creek that we're walking besides here, but other than that, this is nice and quiet, and it's kind of nice and soft, leaf litter and stuff and mud underfoot, so even your footsteps are quiet.
It was such a great find. I mean, considering you just found it on a map, which you're so good at, just picking locations, wasn't marked, you know, to find all those trails and the waterfall and the icicles. It was such a unexpected gem.
The best
in the
finds.
Middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it was good.
As we had predicted, Sophie did split her nail, and of course, Nurse Kelly has got it all sorted out in no time.
I haven't seen you drink anything yet today, have you?
It should be fine.
What's there?
So
that's a lie because she just drank.
yeah, it's from the creek. So we are back in the van and got Sophie all sorted now, get ready to go. We were just remarking on what a little find that was. You know, obviously it's not well known. It's not posted. We didn't see it or anything. I literally just looked at the map and saw listed there were some falls and thought, let's go to the falls. So, and we had to really, you know, find the path and all that. So it's yeah, a little hidden gem, and it'd be nice to come back in summer even and try and, you know, kind of have a good play in the water there when it's hot. I think that'd be quite nice too. So we got it kind of tucked away as a spot to stop back in the summer and see what it was like and compare it to obviously the winter to see how it's going. But that just reminds me that, you know, I was talking to somebody the other day and they were saying, this is a person who actually travels and does a lot of camping and van life stuff as well, and
they were saying, you know, and asking about how we find places to stay. And I said, I look on a map. And they're like, well, there's apps for that. And I'm like, yeah, there are. And there are rare times when we use those apps. It's just that those apps, everybody uses them. So everybody goes to those places and those sites. And we don't want to be where everyone else is if we can help it. If we're going to do that, we might as well go to a truck stop or a Walmart for the night. It's, you know, there's no enticement in it for us. And honestly, I can find us places to stay in towns or, you know, fortunate at the drop of a hat. Like, it's just as easy to open the map and figure out where we're going to be and where we're going to stay in those places quite easily. Like, there's no reason to use an app and all that. I mean, they're nice at times to when things are really restricted to find a spot, but on the whole, we just don't tend to use them. We just don't find them to be worthwhile, because it just takes you to where everyone else goes, and we want to go where everyone else hasn't been or is not. So yeah, that's why we don't use them, and that's why, and that's how we can find little gems like this, is because this isn't marked on any maps. This isn't marked on any of those apps either. So,
I love how Josh is saying we, when it's really him doing it. He can look at a map, just look the direction that we're going, figure out a peninsula, end of the road, waterfalls. Like, he just is so good. It's like we take turns with different responsibilities and things with the van, and that's one thing he kind of owns, and I'm thankful for it, because it's just not something that would be easy for me or innate for me to do. So yeah, it's so fun. And sometimes we're winging it, and that's the fun of it too. Really not knowing where you're going to sleep, what the day is going to bring. That's why sometimes we're like, oh, we found this and we're not sure. And sometimes it's greater than you think, and sometimes it's not what you expect it to be. But that's the fun of it all, and the adventure of it all, I think.
Absolutely. I agree. The unexpected is part of the fun. And if you're always going to where everything is known and all that, then, you know, there's limited fun in that, in my book. So, okay, so we're going to retrace our steps back to the beginning of where the BDR, where we connect to the BDR. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to spend a fair bit of time driving the BDR today, now that we've got a good hike in, some exercise, and see what that's like, especially because it's supposed to rain later. Within an hour or so, there's like 30-40% chance of rain. And when we got here, it was perfectly clear skies, and now there's some cloud cover, so it's possible that's going to come. But we got a good hike in, so now if it rains when we're driving, it doesn't matter. So we'll see you on the road.
See you soon.
Just airing down. Got a couple of days driving on dirt roads, and some of them we've been on a little bit already, and they got a little bit of ice and snow on them, so we're going to want some traction. So just airing down a little bit. I'm putting the back at around 60 and doing the front at around 45, just so we get plenty of traction. So, but I've lost the cap. Took it off over there, and now I can't find it. So got to find that, because I want my valve stems capped.
Did you find your cap?
I found my cap. It was just in the dirt, hard to see. It was very camouflaged. I'm going to cap that one, and we're ready to go. And I don't know if the camera picks it up well, but you can see, at least visually looking now, especially look at that front tire. It's very squat. It's getting a lot of traction. It's very deflated. You can see the bulge here that kind of really comes out and around, because there's a lot of weight now sitting on it.
How much pressure are you taking out?
I took approximately 20 psi out of all the tires. So I took the back from 80 down to 60. And I took the front. They were about 65, and I'm taking them down to about 45. So it does a lot to give us a lot of traction, and it also makes the ride on the dirt roads a lot smoother, less bumpy, because the tires aren't so rigid. They got a lot of give to them. So it makes it a lot smoother and a lot less rattling inside, which is nice. All
Alright, so we're now on the official BDR stuff, and this trail is kind of icy and sloppy, so this is going to be fun if it's going to be like this all day. And you know, it clears in spots, but then spots where it's, you know, protected from the sun, it's still very, very icy. But it'll be fun. We'll enjoy it.
I thought we were going to slide like we just did. It's slippery?
We're getting pretty good grip. It was just, there was a rut there. We kind of slid into the rut, but besides that, it is muddy though. And without good tires, it'd be very, very slippery. If you tried just regular street tires, I think you'd have some significant difficulty.
I noticed a big difference with the tires being aired down too. It's just such a smoother ride than the times we've been off-road and haven't ever aired down our tires. You can see here in this forest, they've been doing a lot of logging, a lot of packed down trails, and it said to beware of logging trucks in here as well.
So this section of road is typical. Kelly and I were just having a conversation saying that, you know, we weren't expecting this much snow and ice around up here. And well, this section of the road isn't too bad. There's still a little bit of snow and ice on it. We don't have any recovery gear. We don't have any max tracks. We don't even have snow chains. We've got no winch. All we've got is a good set of tires and our ability to drive. So
we need to stay on the road.
Yeah, we gotta stay on the road.
And look, there's not even anywhere to go except into a ditch or a tree.
This is certainly a higher risk activity than what we had first anticipated. And that's part of the fun of it, but at the same time, I wasn't expecting any snow and ice up here because it's been warm the last couple of days. It's supposed to be warm today too, and even rain later. But yeah, well, we're gonna have to be careful.
These patches that are so icy and snowy, and then seemingly out of nowhere the road becomes clear for a few minutes again.
Yeah, it's a real mixed terrain, this one.
Which is nice to have the brakes of no ice and snow. I personally find it a little nerve-wracking because there's nowhere to go, and no one to help us see it out.
We're kind of on our own. Bit of a treacherous spot. Well, thankfully there's certainly places in the road you can put a tire that's not ice. The other places it's solid like sheet ice, and it's really, really slick from melting and refreezing and stuff. It's not grippy at all. It's really, really slick ice. So this is like that kind of ice is the worst kind of ice to drive on, I think, where it's kind of melted and refrozen because it makes it super smooth. You don't get any purchases, nothing in it. So we're just trying to be a little bit careful on it because there's a big sharp drop off to our right. Looks like we're coming out on the main road, but it's really icy and slick going down here. We just went around a bend that looked just like this, and it was just solid ice, and the tires are just locked up. I actually had to lay off the brake, allow the tires to rotate so we could take the turn, even though it was faster than I wanted to do it, because it was just nothing but solid bit of ice. Like this right now, we're just sliding. Brakes were just completely locked up there, just sliding on the ice. But we shouldn't have any trouble on it now, seeing as how we are back on pavement for a little bit. Hopefully not very long. This is typical Appalachian housing, but honestly it's better than a lot of other places I've seen. Most of them aren't, except for that one right there. Most of them are actually in pretty good condition.
Hello.
Well, hello. We are in one of these transition stages of the BDR, connecting different dirt roads together. You go on the pavement for a little bit, through a little town or across a little valley. In this case, we're going across a little valley. We'll be back on the dirt in no time.
Turning back onto the dirt. Finally. Big valley we crossed there. But so far, ice free. Yay!
I'm recording Sophie's picture in the mirror. She's resting on me and has her head. She just moved it. As I said her knee.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they got less snow or what, but this road, we haven't had any ice yet. No snow up here. And it's a lot drier than the other road, the other dirt one we were on in that other state forest. So I don't know why that is. I can only account for maybe they got less snow over here, but it's a lot drier road. Not that we're complaining. It's just noticing.
Just parked here. Backed up into a little part of the forest. And Josh is going to make lunch. I'm pretty excited about that. He's going to make his famous chili. But I just want to show you how dirty the van is. I honestly have never seen it this dirty. When you look at the sideboard, it almost looks like it was painted gray. There's my boots. Are you so excited to make chili, Josh?
I am, because I'm hungry too.
I'm so hungry.
Okay, well, let me turn some lights on here so we can all see better. But I am getting ready to make some lunch, and we are having chili. And I've made this before, and the last time I did, if you remember correctly, if you watched that video, we had a larger pan we tried to use, and it didn't work with the induction because it wasn't actually metal or something on the bottom. Therefore, we had to use this pan, and things barely fit in here. So we're going to try it again, and hopefully it all fits in here again, and we're going to make some nice chili. All right, so it begins. I have assembled all my ingredients that are all here, ready to go. I'm going to have to open some of them, obviously, because some of them are cans, and some of them have got pull tabs, and some of them do not. But I'll open them, we'll get things moving, and cook ourselves some nice chili.
It is ready. I'm going to serve it up, and well, Miss Hungry, is that enough for you?
Yes.
Okay. All right, then I'm gonna let you do this, and here's your spoon, and there's the cheese, and you got the Fritos back there.
Yum. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hope it's good and tasty. So Sophie's eating her dinner. And Miss Kelly, how's yours?
It's delicious.
The Fritos help with the crunch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? I might put some of those in mine too.
It's very good.
All right.
And perfect for this rainy day, rainy afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah. This is mine before the Fritos go in. So I put some Fritos on top, and it really helps because it's a nice texture with a bit of crunch. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. It's not gourmet. I'm not one of those guys that goes out and says, I'm gonna buy every spice that goes into a chili mix and do it all myself. No, I know. Can't be bothered. This is good. Okay, dishes are all cleaned up in the sink to dry. Kelly is relaxing back there. And it's time for me to put in a few more hours driving. We've come probably about half of what I wanted to today. So even though it's raining and we're probably a couple of hours off sunset, we're going to drive for a couple of hours and find ourselves a different spot for the night. Even though this is not a bad spot, we're going to find a different spot for the night, just to make that progress.
All right, so we're on the road again, and it's raining. And I don't know if that's going to help or hinder. I mean, it should wash away any ice or any snow that's there. However, in the short term, it may make ice and snow patches more slippery. We'll see. Again, on this section so far, we haven't had any ice or snow, so that's a good thing, but we'll find out, and I'll show you when we do. Riding down the valley for a little while, but looks like we're heading back up now. It's nice to go up and find a spot somewhere up on the ridge line. Be able to spend the night up there. Still climbing up this ridge, some switchbacks and all that, but we're getting higher. I guess we're probably about 3/4 of the way up it now. Seems to be the top of the ridge now.
That's the view of the big drop off. Really want to go slide now. So this is the spot I found us for the night. It's just off the side of the road for what we've been driving on, but there's nobody around. I mean, it's just empty woods. But one of the beautiful things is that not very far away, back on the road, there was a cell tower. I don't know why, but there was. So we have literally full signal right here in the middle of nowhere. So this is a pretty good spot for us. I got us as level as I can. It's not great. It's slightly down on the right side. So it's slightly like this, but it's not bad. It's not bad. We've certainly done much worse, so it'll be a pretty comfortable sleep, and we'll be able to get up in the morning and do more of the same.
So the van's just up there in the trees, and Soph and I, you can see her, she's out here, way out there. We're just going for a little bit of a walk. Well, we can. It's not raining. The rain is kind of just at a spitting standpoint. Nothing too bad. So the sun has not gone down yet. So we are going to walk out here and let her stretch her legs and stuff before the sun goes down and enjoy it. It's beautiful out here. I mean, this is, I guess, feeling more like the Pacific Northwest at the moment because it's cool and it's wet, but it's not bad. It's nice, it's pleasant. And as they say, there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothes. And I am well suited for it at the moment. I've got my wellies on, my big rubber boots, or all this wet and moisture doesn't affect me at all. I've got my big rain jacket on, so I'm good. We're having fun. It looks like Soph is investigating something up here, like she chasing a chipmunk or something. See, way in there. That's her. Something in there she's chasing. It's probably a chipmunk that's going to the ground and she's trying to find it. But what you find in there, Soph? But nonetheless, here we are, enjoying a beautiful evening out here in this state forest land.
I don't know if I can do it. Isn't it cold?
It's cool. mean, it's only February, in the middle of winter. It's not too bad.
And there's snow on the ground behind you.
There's what?
Snow on the ground behind you.
Oh, yeah, you know. Minor details, minor details.
Here we are in the forest. Hopefully nobody comes. Well, yeah,
I
you're
haven't
bathing
passed
soon.
anybody all day, so it's unlikely. Maybe that's roundabout.
We just put that new hose on. Is it working?
Working great.
Is the
Fantastic.
handle better than the other one?
It's very similar to the other one. So it's good. Water's hot. Good. So that was a brisk shower. The hot water, for whatever reason, kind of ran out in the middle. So the last bit of it was kind of very cool, and yeah, it was brisk. It's invigorating. But now that it's done and I'm inside, I'm like, So I think I'm going to be it for the evening here. And with that, we'll probably sign off this video here. Thanks for joining us, and obviously all the usual things. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and of course, as always, the link to our Patreon page is in the description below. But join us again next week as we continue on with this section of the BDR, and we'll see you out there.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you out there. Okay, so I stay down here because I do not want to fall. And Sophie's up there. She went all the way up to that ridge at the highest point, and I called her back. I think that was the most concern I ever had for her being that far away on her edge. But Josh keeps assuring me that she's very aware of her surroundings and can manage herself. He's all the way up there. I don't know if you can see right. He's right in there. He just walked by. And yeah, I don't really want to walk up that far.